And I look at addiction as not the problem per se. People come in and they want to solve this problem. I want my spouse to stop drinking. I want my significant other to stop drinking. Or I want my son to stop using drugs. I want my daughter to stop taking Xanax. And they consider that to be the problem. For me, the substance is just a symptom of the problem. You get rid of the symptom and then you're dealing with the problem, which is how that person manages their life. And unless you deal with that, there's not going to be any change, because they'll just find another substance of some kind to put. I don't drink anymore, but maybe I drink 40,000 cups of coffee a day or something. It'll just flip back and forth and back and forth. Maybe not as bad, but it will continue to flip until you address how the person manages their life. The kind of addictions I work with drug addiction, heavy drug addiction. I've worked with quite a bit with heroin, and which of course, since we've had the influx of OxyContin and oxycodone and Apana, and even more Vicodin, you definitely see that on the rise. I've worked with people who've abused meth, the whole gamut, to prescription drugs, to sometimes older folks who may have been given. I had a woman come in one time and she said, "I feel great. My doctor gave me this new drug." And I'm like, "Okay, what is it?" Well, she pulled out the giant bottle of Vicodin that she was taking and driving, which was not a good idea. So, and didn't really work well with some of the other meds. But so we talk about that. She went back to her doctor. She was put on something that doesn't have addictive capabilities, and did help her. So I try to really help people look at what they're taking and really address it with their pain care management or their general practitioner, and make sure that all of their doctors know what kind of medications that they're on. Sexual addiction and alcohol addiction and drug addiction, there's all anonymous programs I try to encourage people to go to. Some do, some don't. I worked with a heroin addict for 3 years. He said his first year he was a heroin user, then he became a recreational user, then he became an occasional user, and then the last year he became sober, and he remains sober. And I think he's very unusual to be able to do that without the support of a program. But I think people have to make those decisions for themselves. I'll always encourage program work, but not everyone feels that's the right step for them. I try to really take the shame out of addiction, just the poor feelings people have about themselves for choices they make when they're using, just behavioral things, maybe some of the lying, the hiding, all of that goes on, and try to help them move towards a place of rigorous honesty in their life, and moving into finding ways to supplement their life in such a way that they're not attracted to the addiction as they once were.